Hi, this is a bad video, but Jenna Strawberry. I have my hair up so you can see how big my forehead is. It's like from this side, it doesn't seem that big, but then when you look straight on, it's like, why does my forehead look so much bigger than it actually is? I think it's just because of where it curves or something, and maybe like my blondie hairs right here are like so blonde that it doesn't look like there's hair where there is hair. It's like a whole thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I need to have bangs. I think that's what I decided because of that. But, I would usually, I would usually cut my own bangs, but I'm nervous this time. I'm on medication now. And so I don't do things in like a fit of like manic episodes. I'm trying to adjust because I'm like, yeah, like my manic episodes have gone away. I'm a little confused sometimes, like, about how different it is. So I'm still trying to adjust. Excuse my skin. I have a skin disorder that most people consider to be like eczema. I've had some eczema on my face before, just like a dry patch that wasn't the usual skin disorder that I have, which is called, get ready for it, guys, psoriasis. Whoa, did a flake just fall right when I was saying that? That'd be great. Somebody should like put that in slow motion. Although I lowered the video quality on my videos because they were taking so long to upload, and then I looked and I realized I had it on like the best quality, but my camera's not even that good, and so it doesn't matter to me. I'm showing myself just because it's the clearest way to communicate. I'm better at communicating verbally, at least as far as expressing myself, but I have trouble with all forms of communication right now. I feel like I do, but it's hard to get a lot of feedback about what my actual problems are, which is so strange and ironic. It's very frustrating to me. I'm applying for disability in Washington State, and I've applied already and I've been denied, but I've been told that that's normal if you're not schizophrenic, and if you're not over 50, then you automatically get denied, basically. And okay, this is so mean. I called lawyers that I was suggested that live in my area, or work in my area, I mean. Because my hearing was in Seattle, but I don't live in Seattle. But I live near Seattle. There are several, like a lot of cities right around Seattle that are, it's confusing because Seattle has all these like boroughs, like, I don't know, it's like baby New York or something. Anyway, thoughts on that another time, I guess. But I forgot what I was talking about. My glasses. These glasses are like really wobbly on my face, but I left my other glasses in the bathroom last night, and then I have these backup glasses, so they were like closer to me, and so I just put them on. Because sometimes I'm having a lot of anxiety, and I literally am like, I can't move my body right now because it hurts and it scares me and it's confusing me, and I'm just trying to keep my I am just trying to manage my mood, I guess. And yes, I keep saying it because I'm reminding myself, and I'm still trying to learn how to balance. So it's kind of frustrating. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but anyway, so I was thinking I would talk about my the fact that I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness, my past, I guess, as a Jehovah's Witness, what it's like now, or tell me, people, I guess, if you want. People feel free to ask me questions. I'm not obligated to answer your questions. I'll try to be nice to you unless I really think you're being rude, It's just like, I try to be honest, and I don't like to stew in my feelings, But I try really hard not to take things out on other people, and I don't always do the right thing. But I'm really trying hard. So, yeah. Anyways, yes, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I was born in a family that was already in a Jehovah's Witness cult. That's the best I know how to say it, because what's a cult and what's not a cult is a little confusing to people, because cult is one of those words that people sort of throw around, you know what I mean, for shock factor. And when people do that with real words that are signaling a real recognized problem, and it's something that's been documented for years, something people know about, why are we in denial or just ignorance? Like, denial is a form of ignorance. And I think that's the kind of ignorance that people get angry about. And it's like, I don't know what to do, because, denial is part of the grief process, right? And it's like the shock part or something. Or the way that people react in shock, like not sure what really happened, or thinking maybe that's not really happening. Denial is no. But sometimes you're in denial and you are demonstrably wrong, or enough people seem to overrule you in their eyes that you are not correct. That's what we call denial. And people wake up from denial. People come out of denial and say, I was in denial, the way that they say I was in denial, okay? And I want to say I have been in denial often, regularly, and I keep coming out of denial. Like, keep coming out of denial, okay? And it's like coming to the surface when you've been underwater. But it's like you didn't know you were underwater. It's like when you keep dreaming something and you think you're awake and then you keep waking up. That's what it's like for me, and I'm still having that sort of like, panic attacks that result in that feeling. And then it makes me really upset, because I have so much fatigue after panicking, and I'm doing everything that I can to keep myself level without being like so sleepy that my body's deteriorating because I don't move around enough. Because like I've gotten to that point sometimes, I feel like, Because I'm eating enough now thanks to my boyfriend Steve. In one of my last videos, here, I'll show you again. Oh my god, I hope I'm not covering the microphone again. Feel free to make fun of me about my retardedness, you guys. Just kidding. I make fun of myself for being retarded. I think about the fact that I think I might be retarded, like, a lot. But to be honest, I don't know if it counts or not. What does it mean? And I'm really frustrated, sad a lot for a lot of different reasons. Different times, and yes, I've been to the doctor. Yes, I'm still going to the doctor, but I'm agoraphobic. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder and anxiety disorder. Yes, I'm in therapy / counseling, whatever they call it that day. But I've been going through therapists, like feels that way to me, and I'm just trying to be brave, but I feel guilty that I'm, like, too hard for everyone. Oh, I'm crying, like, real crying now. Wow. Okay, well, maybe I need to, because my eyes have been, like, so puffy, and the psoriasis, my skin problem that I have, it's in my eyebrow right now, really badly, although I think it's healing up, because it's just, like, really irritated right now, and it's, like, always dry. But then I put too much moisturizer on the area, and I'm, like, literally getting pimples on the other side of my face. And I can't wash it too much or it keeps getting too dry. And then the product that worked one day is making my skin burn the next day. And this is just my skin problem that I've been dealing with since, like, I guess since I was a teenager. I guess it sort of started, like, around puberty age or something, so whatever that means, like, I have no idea what the honest reason for it. It's like there are these weird little clues where you're like, that almost seems like a pattern of some kind, but I don't know. You know, I'm gonna keep going to the doctor, and even though they aren't letting me on disability, which means I have no money to pay rent with, and so I have to rely on somebody's good grace to pay my rent so that I have a place to sleep. And that scares me a lot, and I'm really sad. And instead of that motivating me, I'm just kind of crushed about it. And I'm doing my best just to not complain and make other people comfort me for the fact that they have to take care of me. And it's the same thing I've been dealing with since I was a kid. I made that video about when my grandpa died, and I feel like a lot of bad things happened when a lot of people were too sad, and it's like every bad thing just sort of, everything that had gone repressed because of our religious beliefs and thinking that people were thinking they were doing the right thing, following certain rules, and thinking that's what God is telling them to do. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't plan on filing any sort of court cases against anyone that has wronged me so far. I haven't needed to do that. And so if I don't need to, then I won't. And it's up to me what that means, whether I need to or not. But to me, need to is, like, literally they're forcing my hand in some way where I cannot survive, you know, like, because of their, you know, you have to be, like, attacking me so that I would, you know, like, I need to, like, get a restraining order. Maybe I would do that. I would definitely do that if somebody was harassing me, you know what I mean, and I couldn't get them to stop. I would do that. I've known people who have done that before, and I'm gonna try my best not to out my family too much for our drama with, you know, like, as far as telling who did what. I don't always do the right thing, but I don't want to lie anymore. I just want to be respectful and tell the truth enough so that I know what's going on. Anyone who has questions about what I'm talking about knows what I think, and maybe it's a piece of the puzzle that they needed, There are a lot of people being kept in the dark in a lot of places by a lot of people censoring each other, with consent and without consent. That's part of what a cult is that the people participate in their own demise, basically. And it's the same thing as when they say people vote against their own interests, especially when they're in the minorities and in the lower class. Because I mean that in terms of income class, I guess. Because there's still a lot of elitism going on in our country as far as just the rich not wanting to help the poor and blaming the poor for their own problems. But there's still a lot of victim blaming just in general. Every kind of victim. And I don't know why people insist on silencing the victim and blaming the victim, except denial. And that's what denial is to me. Is that. That's a good example of it, I guess. I'm having deja vu. I keep having deja vu and thinking, did I already say this exact thing in another video? How weird would that be if I was it was like a speech that keeps coming out of my brain. It's like, what? That's the best I can describe it. That's a weird way to say it, but I don't know. I'm just weirded out by that. Oh, okay. Breathe. When you feel like you might pass out, that's a good time to breathe. Don't keep holding your breath. Breathe. You're not underwater. You're in air. And if you don't have enough air in your actual environment, get to somewhere where you do. And if it doesn't matter how much air is there, call a doctor or go to the doctor. Maybe they can help you more than I can. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Yes, blah, blah, disclaimer. I already said it was a bad video. What else do you want me to say? Oh, okay. I feel a little bit better. These videos are cathartic, and I really do mean the best. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to friendly conversation and questions. And yes, thank you to the commenters. I really appreciated your genuine, honest, and deep comments, because thank you. I am pouring my soul out here to I don't know who. Just to have someone who understands without getting literally stuck in my quicksand or something. I feel like I trigger people into their own trauma a lot. Again, one of the reasons why I don't understand trigger warnings, because it happens just constantly. It's not just when I talk about my trauma. Okay, that's some of the time, but people also need to. Sometimes you have to say certain things, and you could get better at being more thoughtful of whoever you're talking to. There are all kinds of different ways to talk to different people and respect them. That's one of the things I love about Jacqueline Glenn, is that she's it's the way that I was taught as a Jehovah's Witness, oh my god, say the word right, the evangelical way or something. I think it's kind of a Christian thing. I'm trying to get straight in my mind because I forget what's the difference between Judaism and Christianity sometimes, because I was taught as a Jehovah's Witness that Christianity replaces Judaism. And so they were always like, you know, like we respect them, but that's like over or something. You know what I mean? And like, so that's how I was taught, and you're not allowed to question or whatever. Like, and it's just, I don't want to out my family, but it's hard to know what to say or not sometimes because honestly, I'm angry about what's done to me, and I want people to know how bad it gets, but I'm trying to be productive. And I try really hard, yes, not to talk about my trauma in unproductive ways, in ways that's hurting people, in ways that's triggering people without need, I guess. Because sometimes people need to use the triggers, you know, not just avoid the triggers. Sometimes you can't avoid the triggers because they're like, it's like they're coming for you all day. Does anyone else feel like that sometimes? Because that's what it seems like to me. Like, since I was a kid, that's the way I perceived it. Like, one person's mad at me, and then, like, I'm avoiding it, I'm avoiding it, but it comes back to me. You know what I mean? Like, karma idea. Except I don't. That's the most that karma has ever made sense to me is like that right now, right? Because people don't be superstitious about physics, okay? Because we're talking about metaphysics, right? Karma is a metaphysical concept, but it's like people need to understand the difference between superstition and something else. But what's the other thing? Because it's not religion. Superstition, religion. As far as I can tell, religion is a group of superstitions that you follow, but just because the word religion means, like, religious, right? Or is that just assuming the English words still mean the same as each other and I should look it up in the dictionary? I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. I guess this video is long enough, and if I want to talk more, I will make another. Because YouTube is just free expression, I guess. I know people are really upset about the censorship. I think it's okay to create some kind of regulations because of for children. Yeah, because I actually think children do need to be protected until they're, like, strong enough and smart enough and grown enough to be, you know, given more freedom. Because even adults need protected, right? Even a whole country of people needs a whole army of people to protect them. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop. Everyone needs protection from danger and from getting hurt and from risks that are out there, alright? There's no reason to be so superstitious about reality, except that you need some medication and some therapy, right? Talk it out, write it out, listen. And if you can't stomach anything what people are saying, you know, you need to start doing something. The first step for things to get better is admitting you have a problem and doing something. I mean, the first step is admitting you have a problem. Okay, sorry. I'm getting mean and I'm getting just like tired, I guess, because I'm tired of making the video. It's too long of a video and I said I was gonna stop. Okay, I wish I would edit that part out and just end it when I did, but I didn't do that, and I'm not going to because I don't know how to edit, and I'm having a problem with it. I don't know how to overcome right now. I'm having a mental block. And I don't want to talk about it because I'm angry when I'm having a mental block and I'm trying to work it out. So, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. For now, this has been a bad video by Jenna Strawberry. Pew.